Welcome to a meditation about letting things pass freely through you, noting them, observing them, being aware of them, and allowing that to be the only way in which you touch these thoughts. Right now, your mind will brush against thoughts that try to pass through. This creates the potential those thoughts will become sticky and recur to you, even when they should just pass through. There are many situations in which being able to let a thought pass through you, keeping it from blocking the flow, is important and useful. When you have a thought that is useless, when you need to put something out of your mind to stay focused, when you have a mission before you to focus on, these are times when letting the thoughts pass from your mind through the core of you and then out into the world would be good. The usefulness of letting go is obvious. Assume your usual meditative position, whatever that might be. I encourage you to sit with straight back and with your legs folded, if that is comfortable for you. But if you enjoy something different, let the thought of that position flow away, washed away on the river of consciousness, and replace it with your own preference, which will work better for you than someone else's. Consciousness is a river. It follows courses, but it also flows ceaselessly. The choice to move through your day is conscious but inevitable. Time contributes. Mood contributes. Outside influences contribute to your flow of consciousness. This is a stream running on, and it is usually at a speed where you can keep up. Usually, it is clean enough you can move along it peaceable, undisturbed, progressing, drifting along. But sometimes there is detritus. Take notice of this fact, allow it to pass, and suspend judgment for now. Suspend even interest. You are just noticing something. Later, you will remember that you noticed any errant thought, any passing detritus, any memory related to these. Later, you will still have that memory, and that is when further thoughts can be had later. In the now, right now, the thought of this stream, this conscious flow from one thing to the next, is the occupation of your mind. But really, the stream is many streams. Many rivers come together from their many sources. The source of your thoughts, your consciousness, is variable. Different thoughts come from different places, different events, different contexts. Those are the sources of the many rivers of thought. They all flow through you, slowly progressing, creating, flowing through you from their many sources to a common point. There is a point in you, at the core of you, somewhere within you, where all of the streams must meet and unite, must come together. They can flow onward from there. It is what happens when your thoughts reach that pinch in time, that point inside of you that is of interest. Think now of how you might let things pass from the past toward the future. Some things which flow down these many streams of thought and interaction with the world are good for you. So imagine the point where the many streams meet. The point where the many streams enter a vaster pool, a reservoir, a river valley, a joining of many paths in the core, the heart of you, the place where all of the things those thoughts carry might gather in your body, emotions, memories, both the positive and the less positive. Right now, all of these things flow onward. They pass past the center of you. The center of you is an important place. It is the pinch of the hourglass. It is the fulcrum of the seesaw, which remains unmoved even as movement passes through it. The flotsam and detritus of the stream of your thought can just drift onward down the river, and they will. Let them do so. The price of interaction and acceptance of many streams of thought is the slightly drifting nature of your mind when you meditate. The more open you are to be the meeting place for all of the streams of thought which make up your day, the more aware you will become of your reality. There are things you can do while overseeing these streams of thought and potential that run through your body. You can reach a hand into one stream, gauge its temperature, its flow, its purpose. Feel it flowing by. Find the best parts of it, the valuable parts, and pull them from the stream. Keep them in the heart of you. That pinch of the hourglass through which the sand flows, but which might be turned to change your awareness, your accounting, without really seeming to move. The part which shifts the least, the most constant, most enduring part of you, no matter how it may be turned or tumble. The part of you which stores these thoughts, these ideas, the things you choose to focus on, these new things you feel because of the many paths of input throughout the day, is the core, the heart, the center. One stream might be new information. One stream might be your responsibilities. One stream might be your needs. One stream might be your forward thoughts, your plans for the future. One stream might be interactions in your life and how they make you feel. Each stream is some aspect of your reality, some unique input which your mind and senses will be able to comb through, be able to explore, be able to experience. Each stream flowing toward that core, that center of you. You can dip a hand in these streams, pluck things out. There are high shelves, storage spaces, perhaps drawers, around the core of you, where important and transformative ideas can be kept. See such a shelf now. If you dip your hand in the stream of the day, perhaps the stream representing this particular meditative guidance, you might pull out the way you feel from that stream, the feelings you notice and experience. You could store them in the core of you for later review, later access, later exploration. Hear my words and let yourself see and solidify that visualized core in the center of you. You have a place where all of your important thoughts extracted from the day can be stored and considered. The rivers which fade into the core, more like many streams, are distinguished by their sources. Some come from sensory input, some come from re-accessing old memories, some come from new input, from other people, from the things you do in the world, from responsibility, and from new truths. The rivers flowing out of the core are different. From that spot, which you are now aware of, a few rivers flow outward. 3 rivers flowing onward from the core of you. Many rivers flow in, distinguished by their sources. 3 flow onward, distinguished by their purposes. They flow onward to connect to other parts of your body, your mind, your perception. Sources in, purposes out. Those 3 each serve purposes. One river is the one in which the unnecessary or less useful things flow out of you and out of your consciousness. River detritus, flotsam to be washed away, anything which should pass on instead of building up inside of you. It flows away and carries the things you could do without onward, out of your day and out of your perception. Most of your thoughts just flow this way, the things you can let go, the kind of thoughts you know you might think again sometime, but you do not have any need to dwell on them. See that river carrying away all of those thoughts, the things which can pass through you, but once they are gone, they can go onward, flow onward. There is a second river. There is another river which carries the things you know you will need. Important memories, important thoughts, the things which you need to store and focus on to meet your needs. You have only so many needs, so this river is fairly clear, fairly empty. It has a lot of space to reflect and float. Its current is slower. It carries the important, sleek, fitting ideas to your mind for storage, for sorting, for consideration. Things that you must do, decisions you need made, new information you want to refer back to. This river might give you the sources for some of tomorrow's streams. The river might flow back around and give you sources for new thought streams tomorrow when you need them. Thought streams can come from many places, slowly flowing from the place where all of your thought sources meet and mix and blend. The core filters everything, the important things, the other things. They are separated and then flow on from this place. Right now, they still move slowly. You have slid comfortably down into body time, where everything moves slow between the heartbeats. Everything is methodical and continuous. The rivers always flow, even when their flowing is slow or comfortable or clear or easy. The rivers always flow onward, filling the world and your mind and everything about you, filtering. Some streams will persist day to day, but always changing. Some days will be like other days you have had, but there is always change, always flow. The water in the streams of consciousness today is different from the water last time. The core of you, where all the rivers swirl together, then the reservoir, the core, sorts them out and sends them onward down the right rivers. The processing place, the location deep inside you. A river for the important things, often flowing recursively, allowing the things in the river to change and grow, keeping the important things in your mind when you need them. A long flow, drifting onward into the future. The future contains the best things which have entered your body through the day's streams, because the important river flows on, and you catch up to it eventually. When you do, slowly drifting along, the metered movement of time, the core of you moves. See the core of you moving onward, joining up with new input streams, forming new output streams as necessary. But as I noted, there is a third output stream. One is the detritus, the flotsam, the unneeded portions of the input streams which you experience, which flow through you, but which you do not need to hold on to. They float down the output stream and eventually make their way out of your body and mind. The other river carries the things you want to keep, which will help carry you forward through your days as you grow and change and navigate the needs and challenges of the world around you. That flow is good for you. That is where the third river comes into this. The third exiting flow. The third thing that moves from the core and goes onward. This river contains the warm feelings anyone has ever sent you, including your good intentions for yourself and your actualization. Think about the warm feelings you might be sent from others. Think about the reasons you have to feel good, feel positive, feel pleased, feel grateful. Think about reasons you have to feel those positive, pleasant additions to your mind. This is an entire river made of those. An entire river which flows and loops around now and then, filling you up with the sense of warmth, the sense of positive additions, the sense of gratitude, and of thinking why you have good reason to be grateful. Try to capture the feeling of what you are glad and thankful for. Awareness of that is a powerful force. When you are aware of what you should feel gratitude for, when you are aware of the warm feelings of others, it activates parts of your mind responsible for pleasure, positive mood, and reinforcement of positive thought. Optimism has its source in that river. That river is the supportive part of you, your reserves of energy, your ability to do what you need to do. An entire river of that potential flowing forth from the core of you. You can feel it flow through you. Your background awareness of gratitude, your background awareness of positivity, and the sense of warmth you feel when you think of well wishes for you. Feel it fill you, that river. The warm feeling rising up from your belly, filling your chest, filling all of you. The warm feeling of awareness, gratitude, and continuous self-improvement which comes from thinking about your reasons for thankfulness, the positivity others will send to you. The river runs along, and in it is every positive thing which helps you and supports you. See those three flowing rivers issuing out from the core of you, the heart of you. the flow of them. One carries the things you can set aside, forget about, obtain again later if you need them, but which are allowed to flow onward. You let it do so, and in doing so it liberates and frees you, because you put all of the things which would get in the way in there. This frees up and opens up your flowing heart, keeping out the things which might get in the way. The second river, the one containing the important components of your mind and experience, of your memories and self, the things which you obtain from the many sources of the day. The sources flow together into this heart, this core, and then split into those three places. Sources of new and valuable ideas, new information, new training, new skills, new experiences, valuable feedback. Sources of detritus, things which can be set aside or allowed to fall away. Your core can divert the flow one way or another, splitting these. Sources of gratitude, sources of warm thought, ways and reasons to be warm and grateful to the world around you, and to think others are sending warm positivity your way. These form the third river. These sources are supportive of your process of learning. Notice your thoughts, your experiences today, flowing into that core, that heart of you, and then being divided into the rivers, split off into possible rivers which flow on. Many sources, many ways of thinking, many ideas underlying it all. These sources connect to the heart, the core. The core flows onward. The three ways to go, the three paths those thoughts follow. Your mind lets that core exist so that you may filter your thoughts more completely, and also have a specific place set aside, an ever-flowing, onward branching river of gratitude which you can draw from when you need it. The streams which flow into your core, your flowing heart, are from many different sources. Your experiences, thoughts, training, and requirements of the day. They all flow together, and then you can divert them out. Important matters down one river, and you pay attention to that river. Unimportant matters flow down the other river, and they become background, become unimportant, become a comfortable, lazy flow you could visit if you really needed to. That is why it is all right to allow thoughts to float down different output rivers, because you can always move things from one river to another when you need to. The second river is the one where you place important memories, vital thoughts, the things that will use to build your next day and the next. Important matters, continuous growth, the things you need, the good things, the beautiful things about the many flowing streams of the day. You keep them flowing because if they keep moving, you can keep inspecting them, seeing them in new lights, learning more about yourself, your thoughts, your mind, and the river which flows through the core. Everything will slowly roll onward. Everything will slowly move onward. All is well. All is safe. The third river helps you know this. The third river contains a warm wave of gratitude in every drop, holding on to the things that make you grateful, the positive experiences you have and have had. All of those out there thinking warm things about you help to fill this river. This flow comes from the many sources which feed the core, the flowing heart of you. There is a lot of value just in focusing for ways to stock that third river. When you think about positive things, optimistic and invigorating things, when you think of those who have warm feelings toward you, it will chemically assist your brain. It is a positive movement for your mind and body to have that entire stream of thought processing, just gratitude and positivity. And so it will be there to reinforce both of the other rivers, all of the other ways of being and thinking, the organized split between things you should keep at the forefront of your brain, and things that you can let roll past as you experience them. You walk with that core, the flowing heart of matter deep inside of you at all times. Breathe deep. Feel the sensation of being the point through which so many streams flow, the point from which fewer rivers flow forth, with all those ideas and experiences well sorted, distributed into their many paths. The rivers flowing as they are, let your thoughts feel organized, be observed, and always keep moving along, helping you keep it all orderly within, keeping you from getting stuck or in a loop. Gratitude and pleasure in one river, repairing and supporting, restoring the others. Background thoughts in one long flowing river. The important foreground matters in the other. You have a path forward, core and heart assisting you, the stream splitting as the time comes. And that is how it will be, organized and pure within, the flow of the river always, eternal, helpful, and uniquely your own. Breathe deep. Notice the difference between now and then. Breathe deep. Notice any changes in thought. Breathe deep. Notice the flow and proceed. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed that, then please like, subscribe, and check out my other audio content at the links below.